You are now tuned in to the Premier Hotspur TV. Sit back, get involved, comment away, because we are live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, north of England's biggest Spurs fans. Yes guys, we're back again with another unbiased Premier League show, guys, bringing you the reaction to the weekend's results. It wasn't a very good weekend for Tottenham again, was it, guys? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that, guys. As I said, if you're going to come into the chat, guys, make sure you smash the like, guys. Subscribe if you already haven't. Share this video out, guys. And we'll get straight into it, guys. The first game up. It was a Saturday 12:30, and it was a surprise result. No one expected this. Wow. Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. Yes. If you're just woken up, guys, it's just, yes, it was Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. Absolutely. Yeah, before we head off, before we head into this game, we've got Simon saying, hey, how's it going, Simon? Thanks for coming back in, pay. Yusuf, nice one, Yusuf. Lily White Lane, thanks, Robs. Yusuf, hello, and don't show this game, remove it. I have to show every game, Yusuf. Come on, that's why we're unbiased, mate. Even if Spurs lost, we have to go. Let's go on with it. Even our result 2-2, I still go through it. Will, how's it going, Will? Thanks for coming in, mate. Man City, we'll have to get you guys on for that final, guys. I have to sort something out with Dareth and all that, guys. Yeah, we'll go on to this one. Chelsea 2, West Brom 5. Saturday, the 12:30 kickoff, guys. Wow, what a game that was. It started off, guys. If we just go, I'll quickly just go on the stats, guys. And it was 66% of ball possession for Chelsea, 34% for West Brom. 18 attempts from Chelsea, 14 for West Brom, and 8 on target for Chelsea, 7 on target for West Brom. They got 5 out of them. Unbelievable. So early on, Thiago Silva got an early yellow card, and that's dangerous. When you pick up an early yellow card, when you're centre back like that, pick up an early yellow card, you're treading on thin ice. And it did when West Brom in the 24th minute had to make a change. Ivanovic had to come on for O'Shea. But on the 27th minute, Chelsea got ahead. Pusic with just great free kick from Alonso. It's come back into Pusic, and he's tapped it in. And 2 minutes after that, guys, West Brom gone down the other end, and Thiago Silva's made a rash challenge again, and that was his second yellow card. So he was sent off, guys. So Chelsea are playing literally 60 minutes with 10 men. Then on the 37th minute, West Brom made a sub. Callum Wilson come on for Ivanovic, and literally on the 45th minute, what an assist from Sam Johnson! Absolutely pinged this ball right over the top. You can call it route one or that, but I call it a great assist. What an absolute assist! Pereira's gone onto it, and what a great finish, lobbing over the Chelsea goalie. Then literally on the 45th minute plus 4 injury, I think it's about 48th minute, something like that, before half time, stroke of half time, Pereira comes up with another goal, and I think that was the goal that going half time, 2-1, guys. Then Chelsea make a sub straight after. They bring on Mount and Pusic. Well, I'm surprised Mount didn't start. I really am surprised Mount didn't start. Then on the 63rd minute, guys, Callum Wilson comes up with the goods again with another great finish. to make it 3-1. Then Tagana made it 4-1 on the 68th minute with a great assist from Pereira, and he's finished it off. And then Mount got a goal back, but in the end, Callum Wilson on the in injury time, 91st minute, that he got the fifth goal. So, you know, I just think it was a crazy. I think the sending off didn't help for Chelsea, but they just, even with 10 men, you collect as a team with 10 men. You collect as a team and say, right, we've got 10 men. Firstly, let's not try and concede silly goals. Let's not try and concede so many goals. So you just, everyone come together as a team and work hard. And I didn't see that at Chelsea. I just see it just crumbled. Absolutely. When Thiago Silva got sent off, they literally just crumbled. Absolutely. And that was embarrassing, really. For losing 5-2 at home against West Brom. 5. Wow. Jesus Christ. And I didn't see much back pages about this one, any much noise going around about this. If it was Tottenham, I'll tell you now, mate, seriously, Jose's head would be on that. Every single paper, I'm telling you, if we lost 5-2 against West Brom at home. But that was that one, guys. Chelsea losing at home against Sam Allardyce's West Brom, 5-2. So we got some comments. Used to say, why is it Matt here? He's on the course. He's on the first aid course for work. Carlos, big up, fellas. Thanks for joining, pal. You say, I think you forgot to put match reactions to the title. Did I? Oh, sorry, guys. I have to look at that again. Take West Brom game is fake, bro. That ref was playing with West Brom, but credits to West Brom and the weekends. Reaction, guys. Usually it says reaction to the weekend's matches, if you actually read it properly. And I don't feel that, Yusuf. You can blame the ref again. Here we go. Blaming the ref. You can't keep blaming the ref. I'm telling you now. Absolutely. Thiago Silva, two yellow cards, and absolutely deserve to be sent off. And you should not be crumbling like that. You crumbled like a packet of biscuits. Absolutely, just bombed, just fell off. And to be honest, both tackles from Thiago wasn't even a tackle. The first wasn't a yellow, nor the second one. Oh, come on, just clutching at straws now, Yusuf. All the goals in the match were great goals, to be honest. Absolutely fantastic goals. Carl says, I'll take Pereira at Spurs. He's a very good player, Pereira. So yeah, so that was that one. So the next one, guys, was the Saturday 3 p.m. So it was Leeds first, Leeds 2, Sheffield United 1, Saturday the 3 p.m. And yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this was a game. I did predict Leeds to win this. I said 2-0, I think it was, but ended up 2-1. Early on, Leeds had a goal disallowed, and then on the 12th minute they got their goal in the end. It was quite a good goal. It was a fantastic rollover from Rafinha. What a player he is! Absolutely fantastic rollover. Crossed over to Harrison, and he's nodded in. And then Leeds had one or two chances where when Ramsdale he literally saved. It was saving Sheffield United in that goal. But on a stroke of hard time, yet again, as crosses coming for Sheffield United, and Osborne has headed it, and it's gone behind the line. Aiden's trying to say it didn't, but his whole yeah, it was completely over. So it went in at 1-1. But unfortunately, on the 50th minute, Leeds got another goal. It was a terrible own goal from Jagielka. But after that, I don't think Sheffield United recovered. Leeds should have went on and got another couple after that. And the stats for this one, guys, was 54% of ball possession to 46 to Sheffield United, 23 goal attempts for Leeds, and 9 for Sheffield United, and 8 on target for these guys, and only one, and that was the goal for Sheffield United. So yeah, it says it all. I think the overall winners deserved their win. Should have been more than that, actually. So any more comments in here? Usually says Leeds good game, but conceded to Sheffield United. Yeah, nothing much to say about. Cause I'll take Kelvin Phillips from Leeds. He's all right. He's all right. I don't think I'll take him at Tottenham, but he's an all right player. And Max, yes, Max, thanks for coming in, pal. Big up, lads. So the next one, guys, was the 5:30, guys. It was this one. It was Leicester versus Manchester City, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. And I'll give you the stats to start off with this one, guys. I really had this at 2-2. I thought Leicester would have been up for this. I thought they'd have been hungry for this. But Man City was fantastic. They were fantastic. And I just think Leicester weren't at the races in this game. It just goes to show 43% of ball possession for Leicester, and only 57% for Manchester City. Only 5 goal attempts for Leicester. 5 normally that's double figures, and 11 goal attempts for Manchester City, and 2 on target for Leicester. 2 on target home. Wow, absolutely wow. And 4 on target for Manchester City. So we get into the game, guys, and yeah, it should have been 2 or 3 in the first half for City, really, when De Bruyne hit the bar as well in the first half. They should have been out of sight in the first half. But in the second half, City come out yet again. Just Leicester was non-existent this game, really non-existent. But Mendy with a really good finish, an absolute really good finish, fantastic finish from the left back. They did make a change, Aguero coming off and Sterling coming on, and that, I think, that kicked them on with Man City on the 74th minute going up the other end, guys, and getting this second goal. Sterling got the ball instead of being greedy and just trying to have a shot, just laid it across to birthday boy Jesus, and he's hit the second goal. And after that, guys, it was curtains for Leicester, and I think they were poor today. I think they were poor today. I just think Man City were exceptional. They were. I said it in the first half. They could have been 2 or 3 up, absolutely. But overall, definitely Man City deserved this one, guys. So that was that one, guys. We've got some comments in here. Yusuf says Calvin Phillips is really good. He is like a Declan Rice type of player. Yeah, he's not a bad player. I say he's not a bad player. Would he have at Tottenham? I don't think so. I don't think I'll have him at Tottenham. To me personally, I like him to rotate. I like him to rotate with Pierre and Skippy next season. Well, Skippy, I'd love to see Skippy, if Norwich come up, and it looks like they are, I'd love him just to stay at Norwich for another season, guys. Getting Premier League experience, first team football, week in, week out at Norwich. And let's see if he can do it. So we can keep an eye on him. Let's see if he can do it week in, week out in this level. You know what I mean? And just, it'll give him more experience, guys. And you said Ali White Lane and Leicester weren't that good. Leicester weren't good. No, absolutely not, mate. Sorry, guys. I got Lily White Lane. Though City's performance was one of the best of the season, so solid defensively, great shape and playing crisp passes all game, long and typical Pep performance. Absolutely fantastic. We have Josh. Yes, Josh.
Hello, mate.
How's it going? You okay, pal?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you keeping, mate? Good weekend?
Not too bad. Yeah, we're all good, pal. We're all good. Are you all right?
Yeah. I think I've got over the loss.
Yeah. I've got over that 2 hours after the game.
Yeah, I know, man. You're thick-skinned, mate. I was still ranting till it wasn't until yesterday's show.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do
dear,
you know
mate.
what, son? Do you know what it is, mate? I don't mind losing to a good proper top team like a Man City, or losing to a top club, Champions League,
Yeah.
a proper informed team. I can't handle losing to a team that hasn't won in 2 months, that has, relegation written all over them. I can't take that, mate. And not only did we draw, we probably should have lost. It could have gone any way,
It could have gone anyway, mate.
I sat there, right? At the end of full time, I sat there and I went, do you know what? I'm glad that game's ended. Because the way they were coming at us, I thought Joe Linton was having the game of his life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but you get these players though, Josh. I mean, always turn up against us. I mean, I was saying about Tottenham. These players, these bang average players, just turn up and be like weldies on the day.
Mate,
it's like,
we've had a nickname since as long as I've known Tottenham, yeah. And my northern mates say it all the time: Southern Softies. Southern Softies, mate. That's what we are. We can't go up north, and we can't get the job done. We're all right down here.
It's true. I can see where you're coming from.
You know what I mean?
Josh, we're just going on to the Leicester performance. Like Lily White Lane saying, it was a fantastic, one of the best performances seen for Man City this season.
Yeah,
they were great, innit? Against Leicester, absolutely fantastic performance.
Quality, mate. That's what money gets you, but that's what also a great manager gets you, is he can take, players, and he can get them to work in the same system. And that's the skill, isn't it? It's getting, 12 egos, 11 egos, plus the bench, to all work towards the same cause, and to all, you very rarely hear Man City dressing room bust-ups and stories coming out of Man City. And that's a credit to Pep, and that's a credit to the club as a whole. That they are the templates to follow. They are, mate, they are on the pitch and off the pitch. They are the template that we all are looking to strive to be. The only problem is we haven't got that small thing of a Sheikh owner. But if we did have one, we could be, putting together a team of just brilliance. But I'll tell you what, one thing I want to say about Manchester City is they went and got Pep, and they've secured him again now. And, when it came towards the renewal of his contract, Man City started to dip a bit. And since he's got his contract signed, it's just been brilliant, mate. It's a joy to watch. They can go. I mean, I can't wait to see them in Europe now. Obviously tonight, Champions League tomorrow. I can't wait to see them against the big boys, because that's the real test of how good they are. But in the Premier League, mate, they went to Leicester and they couldn't get the ball off them. They could not get the ball off them. And, Leicester it was boys to men. It was boys to men. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, hats off to them, mate. Well deserved. And you know what? Hats off to Pep and the boys. And I can't wait them to lift the trophy, because, mate, the football they're playing is on another planet. They're head and shoulders. Yeah, they're head and shoulders above anything. United in second, but you might as well have another league, and Man City just sit there on their own, because no one's in the same league as Manchester City. And it's a joy to watch, Simon. It's a joy to watch, mate. If you're a football fan, you'll enjoy watching Manchester City play football.
It's funny, Josh. You were saying that at the start of the season. I don't know if you remember. These people say, "Oh, Pep's finished, City's finished. This is it now." And look at them now, absolutely killing the league again. You know what I mean? And
mate, it was a contract.
I did say that. I said, don't back Pep out. Do not back Pep out. Seriously, he will be back with this team. Trust me. They're firing, mate. No one's getting near him. Absolutely.
Mate, name me a better manager in the history of football that plays the kind of brand of football he plays.
Yeah, innit?
There isn't really. Yeah, there isn't.
Absolutely.
He brought the tiki-taka to the Premier League.
But the thing is, Josh, what you got to look at as well, he has got some fantastic players to deal with as well. You know what I mean? And I said it helps in it. It helps as well when you have got some talent. I mean, okay, and as when people like we was having that debate last night, we said about yes, we have got some talent, but we're nowhere near. When we ain't got
Nah,
the real
no,
talent what City's got. We're a
no.
million miles
I
away
mean,
from that talent. You
the,
know what I
the,
mean?
the thing is, he's got that. He's got the talent. Don't get me wrong. Manchester United have got talent. Certain
Yeah,
clubs have talent up and down the squad, in and
yeah.
out of squad. But it's what you do with it as well. Just like when you got money, you know, it's what you do with it and how you spend it. And the way he's taken that squad and developed this brand of football, and it took time. If you remember when he first come, people were questioning whether he could survive in the north, you know, the cold, wet north, the hard, you know, the Tuesday night, you know, Stoke on a Tuesday night and all of that. Everyone questioned whether Pep could do it. It took him about, what did it take him? Best part of 2 seasons, really, to
Mm.
really get his philosophy in place. And you know what? In a way, Simon, this is what I think a lot of the Jose out fans are arguing about is we still don't recognize Jose's philosophy. With Pep, you could see, you know, kind of small windows of what he was trying to do in the early days of City. You could see glances of it. Was I think the Jose out fans are still questioning what
I
is
just think,
Mourinho's way.
Josh, we've had this conversation before about Pep
Yeah.
and Jose. They're completely different managers.
Oh,
Jose's literally, he's not, as you said, he's not a tactic man. He's not a tactician and things like that. He's a more just give him a load of flipping money. He'll go and get big stars for you, and he'll
but you
mold
know
the
what,
team together.
Simon? The thing is, I think he is a tactics man. I'll tell you why. He's a tactics man. You can't win what you've won without being a master tactician. In fact, people said Pochettino wasn't a tactician because he only knew one way. But like, you know, the Jose out fans, and I'm not Jose, not Jose. I just want Tottenham to win. I judge it every 3, 4 games. At the moment, I'm a bit cheesed off with the substitutions he did in the second half. Personally, I thought he should have left more on, brought on Bale earlier. That's just me looking at the
Yeah,
game, watching it as a
yeah,
fan.
we called that.
But you know, the other fans will agree with the substitutions. I thought we could have gone for it more with Bale and Moura with their pace on the counter because Newcastle had to score because they're in a relegation fight. If they lose 3-1 or 2-1, it makes no difference to their season. So they had to get the draw. You know, they had to push men forward. And we left Moura. We took Moura off, who's one of our most attacking lethal weapons in terms of pace and counter. And we brought on Bale with 2 minutes to go. You know, that's where I get confused with Mourinho, but that's going off the point. But back to the tactician stuff. I think when you look at Jose, he is a master tactician, but he hasn't got the tools. I think that's what we're trying to say. Is he hasn't got the tools at Tottenham.
This is what the debate was last night, Josh. I keep saying that. I said yes. I'm not saying that Jose hasn't got the. He is the part of the problem, but you've got to give his tools. He's got to be given his own tools, and that's why I was saying he needs another window. Let's give him the proper tools, and if he does fail after that, I'll hold my hands up and say yes, okay.
You know, the only problem I've got, Simon, is I'm happy to give him another window, but the more he falls out with players, who's the next one he's going to fall out with? You know, it started with Tanguy, then Delhi, and then Winks, and these aren't great names, but you know, you kind of want to keep them on side a bit.
But these sort of players, I call them rats, mate. They're rats. That's all I call them. They're just rats of the club.
I know what you mean. They're the bad apples, and you need to get them out. But we could do with a firing Dele Alli somehow.
I know. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, but the thing is, at the minute, mate, I don't think he wants it himself. I don't think he's got it in himself at the minute. He's given up, mate. Just, as I said on the show last night, he's just loving it on the bench. He's laughing, joking.
But we need Toby, so we can't afford for Toby to fall out with Jose now. You know, we can't. If he's going to fall out with Sissoko, Ben Davis, Eric Dyer, and the ones we don't like on the pitch.
Josh, as I say, mate, I say that until proven guilty, we don't know what's going on with Toby at the minute. Okay, he's lied. He's lied saying he wasn't ready. He hasn't trained. We've seen the videos, less trained, but we don't know the full story. So that's why I keep saying until we know.
There might be a greater good that he's doing it for that we don't realise. Yeah, agreed,
exactly.
Mate.
Yeah. But just go back on the City before we get into the next game.
Sure.
I'm on about the subs. I'm about not only our depth, about other people's teams' depth and things like that. Yeah. City can bring on the likes of Sterling, Torres, and Foden. Take off De Bruyne, Aguero, and Mahrez. Right? And now you're talking different gravy.
You're talking Champions League money. Champions League, mate. That's Champions League. That's why tonight and tomorrow, Manchester City
They have to now step up.
The thing is, right, that the Man City board probably look at the Premier League, let's be honest, and they say, right, that's the domestic stuff. That's the stuff that we're going to win anyways with the squad we've got, or we should win anyways with the manager we've got. They're looking at the Champions League side. They're looking at world domination, mate. They're looking at PSG. They're looking at, you know, even Chelsea are in there. To be fair to Chelsea, I hate them. We all hate them. You know, they've stayed in the competition. Bayern Munich. I mean, listen to these names. It wasn't long ago that we were playing these games, and I know we got spanked by Bayern Munich, and we got taught a lesson, and that was the start of the end for Pochettino, because I think that's when Poch gave up on the players. You know, I think you saw him at the end of that game. You're just like, there's nothing I can do with this bunch. And I think that's when Levy realized there is nothing you can do more than what you've done. You know, it's come to the point where we have to now say, see you later. But obviously, Poch wasn't given money. Poch wasn't given anything in the last couple of seasons. Look at Pep. Look at that. This season, right? They're going to go and spend this summer.
He was giving Tanguy at the back end of the season, back of his fingers.
Yeah, I know, but we probably needed to get rid of. You know, we got to the Champions League. We overachieved.
Exactly the same.
Mate, I went to Madrid and I was speaking to a lot of Tottenham fans. I was there 5 nights because I did the whole thing. Yeah, I went on a Wednesday, came back on a Tuesday. I spoke to so many Tottenham fans. You know what? We were all scratching ourselves. We were all scratching ourselves, saying, "Are we really here? Are we really in Madrid in the Champions League?" We could not believe it.
What's going on? What's going on here?
Yeah, like, what's going on? Is this happening? Are we like, you know, all the flags, all the Champions
I was going to
League.
wake up in it.
Mate, it was like a dream. It was like a dream that even when we lost, even though I was pissed off, I was happy that I was in a final. It was that kind of feeling. And this sums up Pochettino's era. He overachieved. Now we're seeing the real nuts and bolts of some of the weak players we've got in the squad. Now we you know, the curtains are opened. Pochettino closed the curtains and got on with it. Now everyone can see what's going on, and you know, you can see with Leicester, they're refreshed. Manchester City keep refreshing the squad. We need a major refreshment, major. You know. And
we'll go to these comments here. Josh Yusuf says skip or Scarlet. We'll get onto that in the Tottenham game when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, the good boss. Carlos Skippy at Norwich next season will be fighting relegation. But Carlos was saying, I don't think if Skippy comes back, he will not be regular at Tottenham. I do believe that. I don't think he'll be, especially under Jose. If Jose's there, he will not. Even with a new manager coming in, Skippy won't be a regular.
They'll bleed him in. I don't think they'll stick him out there.
Me personally, I don't think it'll hurt him. Just go into a Norwich, stay at Norwich for just another.
We need him, Si, because you know what? When Pierre's just been absolutely, you know, worn and torn. That guy's been to war and back with Spurs. Tanguy still has defensive weaknesses. He doesn't track back enough. We saw that against Newcastle. He was left 10, 15 yards short of his man every time they countered. He hasn't got the engine for it. So we need to get back. We just need him, because I tell you what, him and Højbjerg potentially could be the best DMs in the Premier League. And that's what we're missing, Si, because with that defence behind them, with a change of goalkeeper, with a change of potentially a centre-back pairing and a right-back.
That's a big word. That's a big word, potentially.
Mate, it's open heart surgery at the back. It's open heart surgery, man. We ain't got a triple bypass. We've got a quadruple bypass because we've got 4 players. I'm including the goalkeeper in this because I think Lloris is going to go. So we've got a right back, 2 centre backs, and a goalkeeper to do surgery on, and the left back. Look, Ben Davies, we cannot go another season playing Ben Davies as left back. If we want to challenge, for the top 4 properly, not flirt and hope and hang on, properly get in the top 4. Give, you know, forget Man City, but give Liverpool, Chelsea, United a run for their money next year. We can't go with Ben Davies at the back left. So it's open heart surgery at the back, mate. We need, it's going to, you know what? It's going to be, I hope in 12 months we're sitting here going, Mourinho taught us what we needed. Levy listened, and now we're in the top 4. I hope that's the conversation we're having this time next year, Si. I hope.
Let's hope, Josh. Lily White Lane says, really enjoyed our little debate last night, Si. Yeah, that was good. It was really good, that one, pal. Was just coming planned. I know we got a little WhatsApp thing. I'll send the link out.
Lastminute.com.
I know what you mean, Josh, but I say the football being played, I prefer City's second season under Pep when they had company, Sane and Aguero fit and all those players. Carlos says Pop is struggling at PSG.
Yeah,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah.
And he's got two of the world best players around him as
You know
well.
what
So
it is? You know what it is, Si, on that comment, Carlos, as well, mate. You got to be able to manage egos, right? Now, Poch has never managed big egos. At Tottenham, they all listened to him, got their head down. The ones that didn't listen to Andros Townsend, it's easy to get Andros Townsend out because he's not a superstar. But when you got Neymar, Mbappe, what's the other striker up front? Gone blank. Oh God.
Moise Kean. It's got Moise Kean.
Anyways, you've got 5 or 6 massive egos there. Di Maria, you got some massive egos there, and this is where Poch is struggling because you know what? You know why, Si? What have you won, boss? Poch, what's Neymar and Mbappe gossiping in the corner at training at? What's he won? What, he's telling me to run back? Is he mad? What's he won? What, he was at Tottenham Hotspur and he got to a final? Ooh. Do you know what I mean? This is the problem. This is the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Carlos. Skip is already better than Winks. We got Danny. I think so too. Skip is better than Winks. Carlos, 100%. Carlos, Josh, exactly, mate. Danny says Cardi.
Cardi, yes, great player. I'd love him at Tottenham. Love him, man. What a player.
Yeah.
What a player.
Absolutely. And so we go on to the next game, Josh.
So I just quickly need to use the loo. Do you mind? Oh, he's gone. I need to do an Eric Dyer. Can you give me a minute? Yeah?
Yeah, go on, mate. Yeah, go on, mate.
I'll be super quick, mate. Give me a sec. All right, mate.
Right. No problem. So yes, guys. So why Josh's thing? It's the Arsenal games, guys. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 3, and what a game this was, guys. And you say PSG could slip into Europa League. You never know, Yusuf. You never know. Big up you lads, Josh and Si. Thanks, Danny, for coming in as well, mate. Absolutely appreciate you, mate. But seriously, guys, when we go back on that comment there about PSG, Pop struggling there, I knew it would happen. Don't get me wrong, he done wonders at Tottenham, and I think we did overachieve with Pochettino. He got the best about what he had. I thought he would struggle at PSG. I was saying this to a couple of people, and they said, "No, he'll blast it. Look at the players he's got around him. Doesn't matter. You can have all the West players around. You got to still managing them." And as Josh said there, he's not used to having big egos like the Neymars and the Mbappes. I mean, big stars. You know what I mean? So Carlos says Eric Dyer, laugh out loud. Yes. PSG are second and 1 point behind Monaco, who are at third. You never know; they could get third and go to Europa. You never know. Yusuf says, "I don't think you overachieved with Pop, but achieved what is realistic. Maybe I think we did. I think in some aspects we did overachieve. In some aspects with Pochettino in charge, with the players he had, and as what Josh said, he didn't give in the money properly.
Simon? He had us playing away. The Pochettino press, the Pochettino aggression, the Pochettino kind of, almost intensity. The intensity that we played under Poch, watching Tottenham under Poch, you knew when we went out, you knew we was always going to give them a game. We always knew that this lot ain't going to just walk around and just, be pedestrian about it. They're going to always give it 100%. And because of that 100%, we saw the likes of Walker, Rose, Dembele, Eriksen, Ali, Son, Kane, doing what they did, because as a pack, as 11 soldiers, they went out and they fought like it was war every time. And then when they run out of energy, because Bielsa's teams, Pochettino's teams, there's always this thing about Pochettino works them too hard. We then focused on the Champions League. the Premier League, we started to, majorly decline. And that was the end of Poch. And do you know what? If only we could have won the Champions League, that would be the greatest gift back to him. Say thank you for coming to this club and making us hard to beat, making us aggressive, making us 11 dogs, whereas before we were 11 puppies. And that's what Poch did for us. But, we're missing that. We're missing that culture at the club, that unity, that collaborative, going out there and being a force. And that's why we're all hurting, side, because we're not hurting because it's just Mourinho. We're hurting because we've just come from great things, mate. From top four seasons in a row, from the Champions League final. Josh, we're hurting. We're hurting, man.
Yeah, just before we get onto the Arsenal game,
I
think it's the loud and clear message before when Jose Mourinho come when Pox turned around and said in that interview with Gary Lineker, he said, we can have the shiny big stadium. You need the furniture to put in it, and that stopped there, mate. That stopped there, and we did not follow that up. We didn't have, we haven't put the world class furniture into the stadium, mate. And this is the problem. Pochettino knew it at the time, and it hasn't been fixed off with Jose Mourinho. So the people now are getting on Jose Mourinho's back. Okay, you can go on these tactics, yes, but you still got to go back and to just listen to that little comment, just listen to that little thing what Doc said, and it hasn't been followed up by the board. You know what I mean?
Do you think? And I want to ask the listeners on this as well, please. Do you think Poch would have done a better squad with this lot than Mourinho's doing now? If he had these 7 signings, okay, I know Joe Hart and Doherty haven't worked out. The other 5 have been kind of okay. Reguilon, Bell, Rodon, and Vinicius, etc. Do you think Poch? Because I always ask myself that question: is if I'm thinking of Mourinho, I think, okay, Mourinho's doing what he's done, and 5th is not that bad going. Let's be honest. What's its name? Dropped 2 points yesterday. Everton, Chelsea dropped points. Leicester dropped points. We dropped points. So again, we've had that thing where we've got away with it. Not everyone won. We got away with it again this weekend. But on the same token, we didn't take advantage of, the drop points around the league. But I just wonder if Poch would have had a better chance with this squad. We'll never know. We'll never know. But it's just interesting to understand what our listeners think. I want to ask the question to the listeners in the comments: do you guys think Poch would have done a better job than Jose with this bunch? It'd be interesting to know what the listeners think on that one. What vote they would give on that one.
Yeah. So guys, as Josh said there, come back with your answers, guys. Do you think Pochettino would have done a better job with this squad, what Jose's got now? And we've got Kalen said, I think Poch is more suited to a Tottenham, and Jose is more suited to a PSG. As what Josh said earlier, he used to with his big egos. Jose knows how to handle his big egos, and Pochettino, he's never had these big egos, has he? As Josh said, he's had people just wanted to work underneath him, wanted to buy into.
Do you know what I feel sorry for, Simon? I feel sorry for Simon. Is Poch's past, as well as it helps him his CV having won so much and gets him jobs and gets him the attention he deserves. The bitter past he has, with United, with Pogba, Rashford, with Hazard at Chelsea, with Ramos and Pepe and whatnot, Casillas. That also comes. That's his baggage. His baggage is how he's left those clubs. And if he didn't have such a nasty exit from all 3 clubs, you could sit there saying, do you know what? You'd remember him for his good times. But the problem with Jose is he's got a dirty past. He's got dirty laundry and he's got a dirty past. And to take Chelsea from Premier League champions to 16th and all that stuff with that, with that staff member, the lady that did him for sexism or whatever happened with that. These star players, these big players like Ramos and Hazard coming out and saying what they said about him. That's the problem with Jose, is his past doesn't help him. And I wonder if some of these players, right, when they link up on England duty, do you think Delhi has another conversation with Marcus Rashford about Mourinho? I'm sure it doesn't help him.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. So what we'll do, guys, I'll let all these comments go and we'll come back to them, guys, and let us just get on with these Premier League predictions. Kevin said, I do think he would. Carlos says, at Josh, no, because the squad ain't young and athletic enough to play the Poch way. And Kellen says Pop can still win the the Champions League with PSG though. Simon and Josh, would you take Potter, Nagelsmann, or Scott Parker? We'll get back to that when we get into the Tottenham game and all that. Not a problem. We'll get back to that.
That's a good shout. But yeah.
So Josh, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 3, and people bang the drum about Tottenham and their problems. Boy, has Arsenal got problems up down there. And to me, when they say we've got players who don't want to play for us and things like that, don't want to play for the manager, you can see a certain player, and Aubameyang is not playing for that manager. He's not playing for him. He's just another one, mate. He's a reminder of a Dele Alli. He's an ego head. He's getting all paid all this money. He's not interested in playing football now, mate. He drives around all his Ferraris and whatever cars he's got. He's living the life, mate. You can just tell him against Arsenal, mate. He was nowhere.
You know what he's done,
mate, was it?
Do you know what he's done, Simon? He's done a Mesut Ozil. He's learnt from Mesut and he's done a Mesut. Yeah, he's done exactly what Ozil done.
Signed the thing.
He's come in, signed the contract, and sit on the sunbed. Do you know what I mean? And it's funny. It's funny, mate. It's funny. At least we ain't got that. Yeah. At least we ain't got that problem. And that's what big wages gets you sometimes, people. That's the good thing of big wages is you get your best players. But just remember that the bad players come along. The bad players come along. They sit there on 350. What is he on? 300.
375.
Oh, mate, that 75 just takes the piss. Even at 300, he's taking the piss. But 375, it might as well be 400 grand. Yeah, he's one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid in the Premier League. I imagine what Pogba. I don't know, but he's up there. He's up there. Yeah, he's up there with wages, and he's sitting there doing jack shit, right? And that's the problem with some of these players. You know, when people say go and sign the best players, unless you're a Man City or a Chelsea or a United or a Real Madrid, you can't afford to waste 375 grand a week on someone that don't perform. You can't get rid of them. Who's going to buy Aubameyang and give him that money today? He's probably worth 150 a week, right? Aubameyang.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there with double that, more than double that. So you've got to ask yourself, there's certain furniture you want, there's certain furniture you want to move, there's certain furniture no one's going to even come to your house and say, I'm going to even look at it. And that's the problem Arsenal have got. But mate, I'm happy, mate. Good luck to their transfer policy and the way they, you know.
But the thing is, Josh, it just seems like the media. I just want to just literally just say this bit before we get into the Arsenal game. I think just the media. I think every time they're waiting for a hiccup on Tottenham and Jose Mourinho because they just want to flip and burst Jose Mourinho, and they want. But you don't see it like I haven't seen many reports go about this 5-2 loss for Chelsea at the weekends. I mean, you should not be conceding 5 goals against West Brom. It doesn't matter if you're down to 10 men. You join as a collective as a team, and you try and concede less. You not try and concede goals as they did at the weekend. They just fell apart after sending off.
Mate, if you're driving past a shop and you see 2 shops and one says Mourinho falls out with player, and the other one says Tuchel falls out with player, you're going to buy the Mourinho paper because Mourinho sells headlines. Mourinho is showbiz. Mourinho is, and whether we like it or not, Simon, bad news sells better than good news. You know, if you open a newspaper, right, normally 95% of it is bad news. And then you get your little columns if someone did something here, some sort of charity thing or something.
This is when people jump on the wagon, mate, and sharing the tweets on Twitter. Look at its big headlines.
So Mourinho makes money for the press, right? And they love it. They love it. But do you know what? Can you remember the time when Mourinho was a Chelsea manager? We would look at Mourinho and laugh at Chelsea when they lost. The wheels came off. When Man United's wheels came, oh look, you went and got Jose Mourinho. Now what's going on? You're sitting in 6th. Look at Chelsea in 16th. So we've been there, we've laughed at Mourinho as well. You know, I've called him Maureen. I've called him miserable. I've called him a lot worse. We've all done it as opposition fans. Now it's our turn, mate. So we just got to take the rough with the smooth, man. That's the way it goes with Jose Mourinho. He always brings the propaganda, mate. That guy brings a circus with him wherever he goes. You got to love it. You got to love it and hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I know that when you've got a high-profile manager like Jose, obviously it's going to bring the media every time, every day. They're waiting for that big loss. They're waiting for the bad times going to have. But what frustrates is nothing got said about Chelsea, about Arsenal, and I'll go on the stats now here: 36% ball possession for Arsenal at home, three goal attempts, 2 on target,
Yeah,
16
2 on.
attempts for Liverpool, and 7 on target for Liverpool. They absolutely battered Arsenal.
That's 2 shots the whole
It could have
game.
been-
They just had 2 shots. That's it. 2 shots.
Seriously.
Nothing else.
I said, go back to this game. They bring on Jota in the second half, mate, and I think he changed the game.
Yeah.
He got the first goal. And it was a great assist from Trent as well. Fantastic assist from Trent.
Yeah.
And Salah, and everyone goes about Hugo Lloris slipping. How did Leno let that go in through his leg? I mean, terrible.
Even the header. How can a 5'10" get between 2 central defenders like that? It's laughable, isn't it? It's a joke. I mean, we know all about that. We know all about defensive errors, and look at our second goal. Look at Newcastle's second goal. It was a joke. No one's doing great in North London now. North London's a bit undercover at the moment. North London's a bit. We're no longer the biggest team in London because unfortunately Chelsea are above us. But it's not far off. It's only point. In terms of the league position and Champions League, we're not in the Champions League. Neither are Arsenal. Arsenal are doing, awful in the league. We're hanging on. North London's a little bit undercovered this season, man. It wasn't long ago that Spurs were up there and Arsenal were up there. But I'm glad that in our little blip that we're going through, Arsenal are going through a major blip. And go out there and let every Arsenal fan know what's going down. When I speak to Arsenal fans, you know what? They keep talking about trophies. You know what I say to them? Stop papering over the cracks with your stupid trophies. There's major poison. There's major issues at the club, yeah? Look at the Premier League, yeah? Look at you lot. And look at this game, right? Look at this game, yeah? Arsenal's passing percentage, 75%. Liverpool's passing percentage, 87%. Hold up. Wasn't Arsenal at one point the team that passed the ball the best? What's happened to that? What's happened to that brand of football? Yeah? Shots on target 2. Liverpool shots on target 7, off target 6. That Liverpool have had 13 shots at the goal, attempts at the goal. Arsenal have had 2 at home. But you know what Arsenal fans will say? Oh, we got the Europa League. All right, great. I'll give you a bit of credit for staying in that competition. But as soon as you come out of that competition, I'm ringing up every Arsenal fan I know and say, what's going on now? You're 10th in the table. You're not in the Europa League. You're bottle jobs. You're mid-table. All right. And you've got an average manager. Okay. Arteta's got a worse record of winning percentage than Unai Emery. But they keep saying, but we see a pattern of play. A pattern of play, mate. All right, it's Liverpool at home. We got spanked by Liverpool. So, we know what it's like to play Liverpool. They're not easy to play against. Even an out of form Liverpool, an injured Liverpool still has a bit about them, especially away from home. They come to London and away from home, they're free. They play with freedom. At Anfield, I don't know what's going down, the pressure or whatnot. But I tell you what, man, Arsenal fans, if you don't win the Europa League, man, happy days. If they don't win the Europa League, happy days, mate. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a rant there. I'm just getting my hate for Arsenal out because these Arsenal fans they're gone quiet. Do you know what? They were noisy a couple of weeks back when they could have gone above us in the table and when they beat us in the North London derby. Now you can't find them. Now if you shout Arsenal or if you go out on your road and you shout, where are you Arsenal fans? Nothing, mate. Nothing. 2 weeks ago, they were coming out the woodwork. But anyways.
Exactly, Josh. Kaylin says they missed David Luiz, Smith Rowe and Saka. Bobby says Arsenal are totally relying on their young players now who have done great. A model to copy, maybe. Even these youngsters, Bobs, I can't see what direction Arsenal are going in. People saying about Tottenham, what direction we're going in. What about Arsenal? I think they're in a worse state than us. I really do.
We both got good youngsters coming through. Tottenham and Arsenal both have youngsters coming through. Saka, great find, yeah. Emil Smith Rowe, great find. Scarlett, great find. Skip, great find. So both teams have a good academy system. Both credit to Arsenal's academy system. They do bring in young players, and I think it was against Chelsea earlier in the season. They started a lot of these players together, and they beat Chelsea 3-0 at home. And I remember watching that game, thinking, "Shit, this is the new Arsenal." Out with the old, in with the new. But they also have a lot of open heart surgery to get through as well. There's going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be a lot of transition, and you have to ask yourself also with Arteta. What kind of players are they going to attract this summer if they're not in Europe? You know, what kind of players are they going to attract? So, you know, I think Arsenal are going to go through some pain. But it comes down to the manager. If they had a Poch or had a manager like Brendan Rodgers, it would be perfect for them because he'd bring these youngsters in and he'd get them playing in a system. It's whether Arteta's. I think the question's still out on Arteta. Is he a novice? Well, he is a novice because he's only been in management so long. But is he going to grow up fast and become a serious, you know, tactician and get the respect of his players? Or is he going to be found? I think Arteta's season is next season, man. If you don't perform next season, they're going to have to sack him. And then they'll probably go for an experienced head. You know, then they'll go for the experienced one. It's always that, isn't it? Unai Emery experience, young, abiding manager, you know, Arteta. We've gone with experienced Jose. If this doesn't work, we'll probably go with a young, you know, innovative, young 35-year-old. It's the way the game's going at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Kane says, yeah, but it was the manager who signed Abba to the new contract. I think some players has tapped out to Arteta. Kane says, I don't think Mikel has a style of play. I don't rate him, man. Top 943, yes, man. Yes, this guy comes in all the time. All right, sign, Josh. Let's go, pal. Sorry, mate. Okay, says Joel Simon. Liverpool were 2 points off top 4, man. You know what I think. Klopp has had a massive change. And Jota, yes, I think Jota was great against Arsenal. But I think Fabinho as a CDM with Kabak and Phillips building a great relationship in a massive change. Time will tell. Time will tell on that, mate. Kane said London is claret and blue.
big up, Killian. Can I say one thing, guys? If we don't beat Man United and we lose, and if we don't beat Everton and we lose, and Arsenal win their next 2 games, I'm just putting this out there. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be realistic, yeah? Because them 2 games we've got are not easy. Away to Everton is not easy. We know that. Look at the way they're playing, right? I know they drew, but still, they're a tough team, and they'll step it up for Spurs because we're a rival. And when when United come to town on Sunday, if they bring the Rashfords and the Greenwoods and the Cavani's and Brunos, we might be in problem, right? And if Arsenal win their next 2, all of a sudden there's only 1 point in it going into the last 6-7 games. So I'm running my mouth right now, yeah, because I can. But Tottenham fans, you know what Tottenham are like, man. We finished 3rd in a 2-horse race. But let's just get to St. Tottering's. Let's get St. Tottering's Day out the window, and then we can run our mouths properly in a few weeks.
Exactly. Well, we got the win in the quiz, Josh. So that's the one. That's the 1+.
Yeah, got RIP Claude, man. RIP Claude.
The fans, our fans know it. Our fans know it. You know what
I mean?
Leeds. RIP. Yeah, Claude. Absolutely, pal. Leeds focus. Thanks for joining there, pal. Yeah, you were robbed against a Newcastle. To be honest, I think as Josh said, I could have gone even.
We weren't robbed, bruv. We were mugged. There's a difference. We were mugged. We weren't robbed, mate. We got mugged in broad daylight.
Leeds focus saying Arsenal are a shambles. We got Carlos saying it will be a nightmare if they win the Europa. Lee says no chance. Simon says what we're saying. Bob said can't believe Josh has mentioned open heart surgery while I'm in the chat. He doesn't mean like that. Sorry, Bob. We didn't mean like that, pal. Absolutely not.
You know what?
What's up, folks? And Bob sent me here. Nice one. Thanks. Thanks for that, Bob's, and thanks for coming in, pal. Yusuf says both hats like always. Yes. Europa Champions League tonight. Who's playing tonight? I don't know who's playing tonight. Carlos says Bobby Singh, Joker.
We've got Madrid
and march on together. So overall, Arsenal got slapped. That's what I say. Arsenal got slapped. Liverpool were fantastic in the second half, especially the second half. They were fantastic. It could have been more than 3.
Slapped, and the rest, mate. And the rest, mate. They came to what's it? Islington or N7 or wherever it's at. Yeah, I've never been there. I've driven past the stadium a few times, but I'm never stepping foot in that shithole. And mate, they came and they took samosas, man. They came for samosas. That's as good as, you know, that's as simply as I can put it. Is Arsenal got raped. Okay, don't let one Arsenal fan tell you they were in that game. They got spanked up, man. They got mugged, robbed, spanked, raped. They got left there, mate. That they should be on crime watch. Liverpool should be on crime watch. I'm telling you, man. That's what they did to them. But good luck to Liverpool, man. Good luck to Liverpool for going there and doing that. As long as Liverpool don't finish above us, I'm good. But I'm glad they beat Arsenal, man, because Arsenal fans, man, you know, you're talking about Tottenham coming out the Europa League and that and all this stuff, yeah. Which fair play, you know. We played bad, you know, to be 2-0 up. But I'm glad Arsenal got slapped up this weekend, side, because if they'd won and beat Liverpool, that would have put them on a bit of a run, mate. So I'm so happy about
that. Yusuf says Man City versus Dortmund. Wow, what a game tonight! And Ralph versus Liverpool. What
8 o'clock, man. 8 o'clock, man.
Wow.
Get your dinner out the way by 7:30. Make yourself or whatever. Yeah. Get in front of telly at 2:15, man, and enjoy. Just enjoy tonight. It's pure pleasure, mate. Real Liverpool, Man City, Dortmund. I think, look, Man City going to win that.
Dortmund, that's the one I'm going to watch.
I'm watching Madrid, Liverpool. I think Man City are going to spank Dortmund because obviously, you know, I don't know. Haaland might turn up, but I think Madrid, Liverpool. They're two teams that are not playing to the max of what we've seen in the past. So I think that's going to be an interesting one. I've got a funny feeling Liverpool are going to do it 2-1 or 3-2, man. Just got a funny feeling about Liverpool in Europe. Yeah, they've got that European luck, haven't they? They've got that charm in Europe. They always turn up.
Absolutely. Simon says West Ham fans are saying that they will not get top 4. You never know. Absolutely never know. Yusuf says Josh got to get a Premier Hotspur. Oh, he's everything joking, Yusuf, I tell you. Caden says, if you know Liverpool, they solely missed Fabinho in midfield. Yusuf says, no bad words, Josh, or else Simon will never let you join again. Josh is always welcome on there every time. No Ramos. No Ramos tonight. Wow, Salah got it now. Yeah. Wow. If there's no Ramos, wow, it's a massive miss. Yeah. Varane and Ramos are out. Wow, for all and wow.
You know what? You know one thing about West Ham. So I don't know if have you done the West Ham game? You're going to do that later.
No, we're going to do it.
We'll come on to it. We'll come on to it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we'll come on to
that. The next one, Southampton 3, Burnley 2. It was a Sunday 12 p.m. guys, and as I said, I'll quickly get the stats, guys. What a game it was. 53% ball possession for Southampton, 47 for Burnley, 24 goal attempts for Southampton, 7 for Burnley, 9 on target for Southampton, and in only 5 on target out of 7. That's quite a good return for Burnley. But they went 2 up. They went 2 up early on, and I think they stunned. I think it was the penalty. I looked at it first. I thought, no, I won the penalty, but I looked at it again. Yes, definitely a penalty, and good finish by Chris Woods. Vidra, what a great finish that was as well. But Armstrong got him back in the game.
Beautiful
Danny Ings. What a goal from Danny Ings just before half time. Absolutely fantastic.
I thought both the goals. Quality football, man. Quality football.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. And then just after the hour mark, Redmond finished it off for Southampton, and it could have been 1 or 2 more for Southampton. But again, Southampton needed that, Josh, because they have been on some real hammerings this season over the last couple of months, and I think they need it for the manager's sake as well, because it was looking bleak for the manager at one point. They couldn't buy a win and let them win. Actually.
I think with Southampton, they've got a way. They've got a way to play. You see that with Southampton. There's a way they play. It's almost they play a high line and they play attacking football. And a bit like Leeds, Leeds have a style of play. I just think Southampton need to stick to that way of play, because, against the big teams, they're going to get spanked. We spanked them as well. And they were playing well against the big teams during the season. But I think Southampton's one of them teams. They stick to this attacking style. And they did that in the second half. They just let go of all that kind of, counter punches and, sideways passes. They just went for it in the second half. And they've got players like your Ingses, your Shea Adams, Ward-Prowses that can do damage. So I see Southampton as a mid-table club that will beat the teams like the Burnleys and give Leeds a game and give Crystal Palace a game, but they're not going to really take on the top 6. But you know what? They've been a joy to watch this season. Southampton have been a joy to watch. I know they went on that lean patch where they could not buy a win. But I tell you what, at the beginning of the season, Southampton were playing some beautiful football. And the manager there, yeah, you just wonder with the transfer money he may or may not get this season, he could turn Southampton into a much better team if he's given the players, because I genuinely think the manager's quality. He's trying to play a certain brand of football. That's what I love about these managers that come from Europe. They come with a brand of football. You know, they don't come and just follow other teams. They don't look at Pochettino at Southampton. He brought a brand of football, and he's brought a brand of football. It might be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and a little bit. It's his style, the way he wants. Like he knows how he wants his team to play. And I love watching Southampton. Even if you look at Burnley, they know how they need to play. You know, Sean Dyche will be so pissed off to be 2-0 up. Yeah, that's not like Burnley. That is not the Burnley we're all used to seeing. They go 2-0, they normally go 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Sean Dyche will be tearing out his you know, whatever hair he's got left, because to go to, you know, that was very Spursy, you know, to be 2-0 up, and you know, it was a game of two halves. But I tell you what, I forgot to put a bet on, because I was with my mate and we were ordering some food, and I said, you know what, I'm going to put on like a tenner on Southampton to win. And we got too busy eating in the car. And then afterwards, he goes, did you put that bet on? I went, nah, I forgot. And he goes, oh, it's gone 2-1. I went, oh, okay. Let's see what happens. And then it went 2-2, and then it went 3-2. So I could have made myself a bit of money, but it is what it is. But I just think with Southampton, I love the way they play, Simon. When they're at it, I think they're such a joy to watch.
Yeah.
And I think Danny Ings, you know, people talk about Danny Ings to Tottenham. I'd love to have him at Tottenham. Love to have him at Tottenham. You know, quality, man.
Yeah,
you know,
I like Danny Ings.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's one or two players that I probably would want over him, but Danny Ings, I said, he is definitely. He's proven. That's what I like about as well, Josh. We don't have to go abroad. We know that Danny Ings. He's proven in the Premier League, gets goals. He's quick. Look, he's strong.
Everyone, go back here and look at the Southampton highlights on Sky or wherever it is, yeah, and look at Danny Ings' goal, yeah, the 2-1. There's a defender that comes this way. He dummies him. He sends him that way. And then another defender comes. He rolls his foot over it. And then he nuts the keeper. He nuts the keeper. That, unbelievable. You know, that's class. That is Rolls Royce, mate. That's class. And Danny Ings and Harry Kane, between them, when Harry Kane's out, Danny Ings comes in. I'll say, Levy, go and put the money down, mate. You know, his contract's up now. Yeah. So he's up for sale. And don't be surprised if we get Danny Ings. And don't be disappointed, is what I would say to fans. Don't be disappointed. He's class, playing in a weaker team. You know, with the service he'd get at Tottenham, that boy could bang in 15 goals based on limited time. So I'd all day take Danny Ings over Carlos Vinicius. All day long, mate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Kellen says, big up Hazelhutel. Flipping, I hate that. It keeps going up. Yusuf says, what's happening with the 12 p.m. kickoffs? On Saturday, it got 7 goals, and on Sunday it got 5 goals. Yeah, these 12, these they actually do. Binash says hi. Not nice one for coming in, mate. And who's better, Ings or Calvert-Lewin? I'll take Ings over Calvert-Lewin, me personally.
That's a good one. That's a good shout.
I think it's similar to Klopp. Caden says the way Hazelhutel press and the way he tactics are similar to Klopp. He's not bad. He's a not bad coach. Would you take Ralph? Obviously, I think he sent over. Would you take Ralph, Josh? And Carlos says Southampton and Burnley played to their strengths of their players. We don't. Simon, do you think Pep saying that don't have money to sign Haaland is mind games? Yeah, definitely. City's got an open checkbook. If they want to go buy Harry Kane in the summer, they'll get the money and they'll get Harry Kane. Carlos Ings is quality, but I bet he'll be injury prone if he signed the Spurs. I wouldn't put it past it. Same old Spurs with our injury records. Absolutely.
That would be 2 of England's best strikers in the same treatment room, and that'd be funny, isn't it? Spurs
Absolutely. There's a couple of comments I'll come back to, but here we go. Tottenham versus Newcastle, guys. It ended 2-2. The 2:05 kickoff. Oh wow, Jesus Christ! I said the stats. It was 41% ball possession to Newcastle, 59 to Tottenham. 22 shots. When does Newcastle ever have 22 shots on goal? I mean, goal attempts. Tottenham only had 11. Six,
That can't be right.
six on target, and 5 on target for Tottenham, and it ended 2-2, guys.
He might be right, actually. 22 attempts is what he means. Let's have a look. Let's clear that one
22
up.
attempts.
22 attempts. Yeah, that's right. It was 22. But an attempt is classed as, you know, you could cross it, and yeah, yeah. But yeah, fair point. Fair.
But oh Jesus Christ, we didn't make a good start, did we, Josh? And Newcastle come out the block.
Let's get this one over and done with quickly, because I think we've all heard and spoke about it enough. I think the summary from this one for me is, I don't think the substitutions were right. That's because we had to win the game because of the top 4 spot. We had a draw was no good for us. A loss was no good for Newcastle. They needed a draw or they needed a win because of where they're at. Yes, we took a draw and we'll take it and, you know, get on with life because we still got a point. But I felt like Jose Mourinho should have gone for it more in the last 20 minutes. I want to see Jose switch up the formation if we have to when we're playing poorly against a team that's coming at us. So if he has to then switch it up where you're bringing on, you know, if he wants to go counter, if Jose Mourinho is sitting on the 65th minute, it's 2-1, Harry Kane's just put the ball in the back of the net. I want to see Mourinho change it up where we become a more solid team, because there's only 15 to 25, 20 minutes to go. When you got 20 minutes to go, it's a pressure cooker for the team that needs to score a goal, which is Newcastle, right? Because we're 2-1 up. I felt like we didn't take advantage of our situation. And I feel like we were naive. Like, I don't know about you, Simon, or the listeners, you know, in the comments. Did you see a change of play after we went 2-1 up? I kind of just saw Newcastle coming at us again. And it was like, it was tennis. It was tennis. It was you have a go, we have a go. Mourinho's known for locking up the score at 2-1, for protecting the lead. We didn't protect the lead. We didn't go for it. We were somewhere in between going for it and protecting it. And when I mean going for it, he brings on Lamela, he takes off Moura. Gareth Bale, as much as he's trying to teach Gareth Bale a lesson, I just hope Jose Mourinho is saving Gareth Bale for the last 5-6 games when we need him. Not for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a disrespectful time to bring on a player like Bale with the quality he's got. You don't bring on Gareth Bale for 2 minutes. You bring him on for at least 20 minutes or 15, 20 minutes. How's the boy supposed to do damage in 2 minutes? It's not possible. Yeah, it's just, you know, the law of probability will tell you that 2 minutes will not give you enough chances. So, you know, I want to see Mourinho be a little bit more sharper. And I felt like, you know, he saw that Newcastle were coming at us. And it's fair enough blaming the players, Simon. It's fair enough saying it's not his fault. But what did we do differently that we were suffering from for those 65 minutes after we went 2-1 up? And this is why I want to see Jose bring the specialness and be like, right, I can get us over the line from 2-1. But he kept talking about that second goal, the defensive shape, the players all over the place, Heung-min Son on his own, marking out whoever it was. You know, it was a joke, Simon. It was a joke, man. I mean, I'm like, I can't take it no more, because I cannot sit in front of a television excited, looking all week forward to a game away from home, having the boost of Chelsea losing 5-2, goal difference getting pounded, right? To have that glorious 4th spot waiting for us, right? The carpet was rolled out. And all we had to do was beat a team that hasn't been playing well, but we gave them the opportunity to play well. We allowed them to express themselves. We didn't nullify Newcastle. That first 5-10 minutes, they had that chance. And you kind of thought the team would be compact and solid. And you know what? If we're not going to play expansive football, Simon, at least be compact. At least be compact and win it on quality. On the off chance, have 2 shots on target or 3, if it means protecting the back 4, because they're that bad. But we were naive, man. We got opened up time and time again. Respect to Newcastle, man. I was chatting to a mate of mine who's a Newcastle fan, and he goes, I haven't seen us play like that for months. And I said, that's because we allowed you to. We allowed you to play that way. And that's the saddest thing about it, is we allowed Newcastle to boss that game. And we were open. And God knows what Man United will do to us if we open up like that, mate, on Sunday. God knows what they're going to do to us.
Absolutely, Josh. I'll just pick out what you said there. We should have been we're not going to play an expansive football. We should have been at least been compact. And you said that Jose didn't do the correct subs at the time when we was 2-1 up. Me personally, I would have took off Tungi. I would just bring on Sissoko, and he would have gave us the insurance in there. I think he would have probably attracted Willock, because obviously
he's ex-Newcastle, so that might have helped him because he played in that stadium.
Yeah,
good shout.
Exactly. I mean, and the thing is, Willock's run from that midfield, and that's he bombed from midfield into the box. And who's picking up Willock? Was that Tungi, or was that Pierre? I mean, or was that Lo Celso? I mean, so at the time before that goal, I think Lo Celso was off the pitch by then. But I think even before that goal, Tungi, I think, should have gone off. He was tired around about the 50th, 60th minute. Sissoko should have come on, fresh legs. He's got an engine, and that's where we should have shored it up. If we're not going to go playing more attacking football, let's at least shore it up. You know what I mean, and get the 3 points.
Do you know what? For me, Simon, I would have put BHS up front with Moura as a number 10. Yeah, Bell, Harry, and Son. Number 10, Moura. You could put defensively. You could have put Sissoko to shore up the back, and Lo Celso could have come off because he wasn't doing great things. He was kind of a bit lost in the game. But by his assist, I don't think that position suits him. So if you put BHS with Moura behind, we would have got that. We would have got the third goal, because they can't deal with Moura's dribbling and pace, with Sonny cutting in, with Bale's assisting and passing and picking out Sonny and Kane and Moura. They just won't be able to deal with it. But this is what I'll come back to, as the ego of Mourinho got the better of Tottenham Hotspur's results, because his personal battles in the club are now affecting the results on the pitch. And this is the problem. At the sacrifice of Mourinho or some of these players and their ego, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is suffering, and all the fans. You know, they need to sort out their personal battles. And sometimes you've got to keep your enemies closer in life, you know, in business or in work or whatever it is. You know, you might hate your manager, but you suck up to him. And you go out for a drink with him on a Friday night, even though you can't stand him. But you do it because it's your job. You do it to look after your job and your family and pay the bills. So likewise, Mourinho's got to suck up and stroke the egos of the Bales and Delis or whoever it is, just to get, you know, him and Levy can sit there, have a cigar and a glass of whiskey and go, I hate those pricks, but I get results out of them. And Levy will love that, because that man's he's another evil one himself. Yeah, but you love the evilness in Jose if you can go out and get a tune out of these, because they're going to both sit in there. Jose's going to get his Champions League bonus. Levy's going to get his bonus as a shareholder, and they're both laughing all the way to Monaco coming back. But Mourinho's ego gets in the way of him. And this is why, like, if BHS with Moura behind, I don't think Newcastle would have dealt with that. With Sissoko in, shoring up the defence. And all you do is you say to Pierre, Sissoko, and the back four, stay back. Just stay the hell back. We're 2-1 up. Ride out the next 10, 15. They're going to blow the kitchen sink for the last 10 and hit them with BHS. End of story, man. But that's easy for us to say, isn't it? We're sitting on the sofa. You know what I mean? It's different for them.
Absolutely. Got Carlos here says Ings is quality, but I bet. Oh no, we've got that one. Kaden says, sorry, mate. Oh, Jesus. Where was we? Sorry, Josh. Here we are, mate. At the end of the reviews of the games, Josh and Simon, can you name me 5 Tottenham managers you would take if Jose was sacked? Out of all the people, freaking Joe Linton and Willock scored. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Kaden says, Josh, what's the problem with Jose always sitting back? That's his style of play, pal. That really is. And Cody says, how many times do we have to blow 1-goal leads before we start making offensive substitutions? We need to bring on attackers to kill the game off. Exactly. The statutory of the protection hasn't worked yet. Absolutely, Cody. Thanks for joining, mate. JP says, hello, Sign Josh. How's it going, pal? Thanks for tuning in, pal. Kaylin says, but locking up don't work anymore. That's VAR and stuff these days. And Yusuf says, the rant is back now. You should just skip these games. Nah, we've got to go with the games. Carl says not enough players coming to press, left holes all over the pitch, and very sloppy pressing. Simon says I would play Bale in every game now. JP, we all feel your pain, Josh. Cody said we made the same mistakes 8 times this season. How many times will we make the same mistakes in one season? Ridiculous. JP says not playing Bale is criminal. Carlos says barely won any second balls or 50-50s. Caden says Josie lying about Toby as well. He protects himself too much. Would Aurier, Toby, Roden, Reguilon be solid back four till the end of the season? Son may go at the end of the year. Caden, name me 5. Right, yeah, we already said that, mate. We'll get back onto that one, mate. So yeah, we'll forget the Tottenham one already. It's this one, Aston Villa, Josh. What a game this was.
More goals.
That was Aston Villa 53% of ball possession to Fulham's 47. 14 attempts on goal for Villa, 13 for Fulham, 4 on target though for Villa, and 6 on target for Fulham. This was like a second half game. Wasn't much going on in the first half, and in the second half, on the 60th minute on the hour mark, Fulham got their goal. Mitrovic. It was a very cool finish as well. And I think around about the 63rd minute, I think the game changed then when Villa brought on Trezeguet and Keenan Davis. I think both of them changed the game, mate. Absolutely changed the game. Trezeguet got the first goal. And then after that, I think it was about 3 or 4 minutes after that, Keenan Davis got the ball, and he's rapid. This guy goes down the wing. He put a lovely cross in, and there was Trezeguet again. Then at the end, Torre, a little tap for Watkins at the end. But I think overall, Josh, I think the game turned on its head with the 2 substitutions on the hour mark for Villa.
Yeah. I think Fulham went for it. You know, Fulham are now, Fulham need a few wins. Fulham can't. You know, I think they're looking at Leeds. They're looking at Newcastle. They're looking at the teams in and around them. Obviously, Leeds are up the table now, but you got to look at it now and say, right, with VAR, and when we look at that first goal with VAR, you've got to now get players in the box, and you've just got to buy a tackle. But like we saw that with the other game, with the Southampton game. If you just, and we've seen that with Kane, if you just let a player touch you and go down, you give the referee an opportunity to make a decision. You get a review at least, at the worst case. It's like cricket. In cricket, you get the reviews, you get the timeouts. But here in football, you get unlimited timeouts. And they might introduce that one day in football, where the club captain has 3 opportunities to review a decision. We might end up with football just constant VAR decisions. You know, every time a player goes down, VAR in the penalty box. And we might get to that point with football one day where they need to limit the number of VAR reviews you get. And then that's sod's law, just like cricket. And it works well in cricket, you know.
It does. You're absolutely spot on there, Josh. Absolutely spot on.
I love watching cricket. You know, I'm a big cricket fan. But you look at like the penalty. It was definitely a penalty. I'm actually looking at it now. And he's swiped him out. The referee's given it, and he's put it away really well. But I think with Villa, with Grealish back, different team, man. Different team with Grealish back.
Definitely.
They're almost a one-man team.
They missed him so much, Josh.
Say again?
They missed Grealish so much over the last couple of weeks.
They missed him a lot. And I think I just wonder with Villa now, do they have the balls and the fight to make a top 6 finish, a top 7, not top 6, maybe top 6?
They've got some decent players. Decent players, but
they have. But you look at Mingsy's mistake, right? Mitrovic rounds him. Yeah, Mingzy makes a mistake.
That was poor from Mings. That was poor from
Very
Mings.
poor. He's gone off form. Even against us, he was poor. He wasn't great. And then you look at the way Villa just come back. Do you know what? This season, Trezeguet, what a finish with his left foot. You look at this season. Right?
Fantastic.
Beautiful finish. And I think Mings got the assist on that. I'm not sure.
Mings got the assist for his first one.
The assist on that. Yeah, so Mings has made up for his error. And it's probably one of those where he's thought, I've got to make up for it. But both teams didn't have a lot to lose. I know Fulham need to get a few more points, but Villa are safe, obviously. Yeah. Villa are now, are they really fighting for Europe? They're still grabbing on with their fingertips.
I think they can go for it now, Josh. I think they can go for it now.
They can go for it. And I think that's what they need to do. You know, they need to just go for it. If I'm looking at this goal here from the number 17, Trezeguet, what a player, man! What a player! What a quality player, you know. Him and Grealish, Barkley can't seem to get in the team. That's a bizarre one.
That's a bizarre,
What the
very
hell?
bizarre.
What's happened to Ross Barkley, man?
But do you know what I like about it, Josh? The manager Smith, Dean Smith. He's one of these, mate. I take my hat off to him. He's probably not training well, Ross Barkley, but he's probably one of these who don't like training well. And that's it. It doesn't matter how big the player is. Dean Smith will say, "Listen, you're not training well. You're on the bench." Simple. And I think it's brilliant.
It's funny because him and Dele Alli are good mates, and they got done for that England thing when they had the room and whatnot. So it didn't make major news, but there was a few videos that went viral. They'd rented out a room somewhere in town or whatever. But Trezeguet, what's his name? The other player. They've got some quality players. The one with the dreadlocks. The what's his name? That's it. Yes, what a player. Pace,
McGinn,
power. McGinn
in there. El Ghazi.
Yeah, Watkins. You know, whatever you say about Watkins, he's got the goals. You know, he started with a hat trick.
Watkins.
You know, they are one to watch out for next year. They're
Josh,
West Ham.
I've got the Villa team in front of me now, and Martinez in goal. What a top keeper is. I mean,
brilliant.
And you've got Matty Cash, Konza, Mings, and Taggart, and Taggart. And just look at that. It's no world class players in there. There's no egos. Every single one of them knows their jobs, and they get on with it, and they do it to perfection, mate. They do it to a real good standard.
Do you know what? As much as I hate the bloke, Terry's shored them up at the back. Yeah. You know, he's one of England's best defenders, and with Mings.
And do you know what, Josh? It looks like Terry's got a big say in that training grounds.
I think
the way
so.
they're defending at the minute. Is Ledley King having the same input as what Terry is at Tottenham at the minute? We don't know.
So. I don't think so. I don't think Ledley King was a out and out leader. Ledley King was like Harry Kane, quality, led with example, played with example, but vocally, he's never had the communication skills.
Yeah.
And some people don't. You know, it is what it is. You know, you get some of the best players. Look at Messi. You very rarely hear him speak. You know, not great in front of cameras, not probably a leader, but plays with his feet. You know, plays with it. You know, leads with example, leads with action. But you look at Terry, and you look at someone like Mings. You know, he could make Mings. He's already brought Mings on, but what he probably has in terms of his plans for Konsa and Mings, watch out for Villa next season. If you've got a fantasy football team, stick a Villa defender in there, or stick Martinez in there, because a lot of that defensive hard work and grit and formation and organisation is down to John Terry, mate. Hate the bloke, but he knows what he's talking about, and he knows what he's doing.
Exactly. So Caelan says, Scott Parker, man, I hope they stay up, and they're playing brilliantly. Rather Newcastle go down than Fulham. Carlos Sonstad won't let him sign a new contract. I don't know how true that is. To me personally, Delts Gaming, I think we should get Sam Allardyce in, as he will make a solid and good attack too. Or if not Allardyce, then get what about Tim Sherwood? Thanks for coming in, pal. Nice one for your comments. Let's offer Villa 30 million plus Delhi for Grealish. That could be not a bad shout. Delps Game say Connor, Cody Mack. If Kane got back and helped us in defence, then we would be better. We should give him a few games in at centre back, as he is our best defender. Son and Mora and Vinicius will get us goals. You're wrong. Kellen says, lads, now Barkley is back from injury. JP said we was close to signing Watkins. Gutted, looks a real good prospect. Yeah, apparently we was in talks. Kane says Messi gives motivation speeches in dressing rooms, so he doesn't talk. Josh Delts Game and says Caelan legs and drawings. My 5 managers will be Allardyce, Sherwood, Hoddle, Arteta, or Pep. Oh dear Jesus. JP's yes will be chuffed with that full. Cody said we don't have enough team speed to move as a unit up and down the pitch. Our lines were stretched, and there was so much space when the midfield conceded possession. Tons of room from Newcastle, and JP says Harry Redknapp for caretaker manager. He will get them playing well. Yeah, good old Harry Redknapp, hey Josh, back in the day.
Out the Range Rover.
Yeah, that's it, out the range. Yeah, so overall, mate, I think Villa deserved to win, mate, because that double substitution from Dean Smith.
I think Fulham were hard done by though, Simon, because when you look at the stats, Fulham had more on target. They had just as much possession. Their passing accuracy was up. It was very close, but in the end, it was down to who could take their chances.
I just think it was down to the substitutions at the right time, and Smith got it bang on, and I think that's what won in the game really. When they come on, they did change that second half. To me, I think the Tottenham going back to the Newcastle result, it wasn't all Jose Mourinho's fault on the substitutions. I won't blame him entirely, but I just thought he could have put the best players on the pitch for the last 30 minutes to finish the game to get the third goal. And it was the naivety he showed at Zagreb when he started that team, you know, expecting us to go to Zagreb. I know we were 2-0 up, and those players did it the week before, but you're going away. This team has nothing to lose. Everything's on the line for them. Newcastle, relegation, everything on the line. You know, what do you expect? You expect them to just turn up and get folded? No. Zagreb were not going to just turn up and get folded. They were going to give it everything. Yeah, they'd rather be they'd rather be in stretchers after the game and win the game than go home in Air Force Ones and play the next day, because they're going to give it everything. Newcastle, you know, everything's going to be given by these lower teams, and we can't disrespect them. And when we went to Zagreb and we put that lineup up, I looked at it. I know Pierre was on a yellow, and there were certain players that couldn't play that day, but it pissed me off that are we disrespecting the opposition? You know, who do we think we are going out there? And then to put those players out, you're expecting them to perform, and then they don't perform, and it's a double whammy. You know, sometimes you just got to put the best players out at your disposal. Toby didn't start on the weekend. A lot of people wanted Toby to start because Sanchez had a nightmare. It's very difficult. Football management is so difficult. I mean, you only have to watch a few YouTube channels to understand how difficult it is, because everyone's got so many opinions. But at the end of the weekend, when everyone's watched a few videos, there's normally a consensus, and the majorities tend to agree on the major decisions. And I think Mourinho got it wrong with the subs, mate, on even just on the basis of what a lot of fans have said in the last couple of days. But here's an example of Villa getting it right and Villa going for it. You know, Southampton went for it. Exactly. Southampton went for it, man. They put their best attacking players on the pitch and went for it. Exactly. Yeah, I actually pulled that one up, Josh, about Jose's tactics. Movie subs didn't do them quick enough, and he didn't put the right players on, Josh. I mean, as I said, we should have put our big ones on, our big hitters on for the last half an hour, go and get that killer goal, and we didn't. Yeah. So we move on to that, Josh.
We're so lucky we're still in this race, Simon, because I tell you what, we should have been out there 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, we should have been well out of this, mate. Absolutely. But we're still in it. We're still in it. We're hanging in. So the next one was the last one on Sunday evening, 7:30. Manchester United 2, Brighton 1. It's got a few comments in there, mate. Sorry, mate. Kaylin says, you know what, Leverley wants a cheap option, right? Appoint Simon as manager. Oh dear, do you know what? I'll tell you now, they want to know some of the words I'll say. I'll tell you that for sure. Me and Josh in there. If we sold Ali and Lamella and Kane and Dyer and Doherty, I think he means, and Bale and Ali, then we can afford Pep from Man City. This guy's quality is this gaming guy. JP, we're in serious danger of finishing outside European spot if we are not careful. We've
made the final of the Carabao Cup, so I think we can get in via that route.
We're already there. Yeah, we're already. Even if we don't win it,
through the qualifying stages. So we are in Europe and we are in the qualifying stages. Yeah, correct. Yeah,
absolutely. And Paul said, yes, Paul, thanks for coming in, mate. Afternoon. Really wish I had crystal ball at this stage. Jose has made some clangers, but not all on him. Yes, correct, Paul. But the thing is, Josh, before we get into the Man United game, I just don't. if we're not having Champions League next season, I know it's going to kill us in the pocket. I know it's going to kill us in the pocket. And as you say, with players bringing in, I would not want a Europa League. I'd rather just go out of Europe. I'd rather just concentrate on the league and see what. But I know what you're trying to say. It's the money, but I love Champions League. But the Europa League is just.
Simon, I know what you mean, but the Europa Leagues allows us to play the Scarlets and the Levines and just unearth.
It never happens though, Josh. That's what I'm saying. It never happens though. It doesn't happen, does it? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I actually thought Scarlett could have come on yesterday instead of Bell. Then, Bell, you know, to be fair, he could have thrown both of them on. He could have thrown Scarlett and Bell. 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go.
Exactly. What's the worth having Scarlett on the bench if you're not going to play him? It's what I'm saying. It's a waste. It's a waste of a sub, me personally.
And so you know what you're going to get with Scarlett? You're going to get 1,000%, which you might not get with Bell. Which you might not get with Bell. Yeah. But you know what? For me, still. I'll tell you what. Right, here's a question for the listeners. What about Scarlett on the right-hand side instead of Bell? Because he's not getting along with
like a Rashford sort of type. How he comes in off the wing. Yeah.
If you coach his game to start on the right and cut in, right, and I think he's both footed as well. If you coach his game to come in from the right, that's pace with Son, almost like Mason Greenwood. Bring him in young and maybe just throw him in there for the last 5 games. I'm not saying start him, but throw him in there for the last 15 minutes. And he could be a little protege like Greenwood was for Man United. And look at Greenwood, since he's come in, he's not looked back. He's even got into the England squad and played for England. And I was watching the Man United game yesterday on Sunday with a Man United fan, and he was talking about Greenwood, and he's saying so glad he got thrown in because we all knew how good Green was. I know Scarlett's a bit younger. I know he's a bit younger and he hasn't done enough time. But as soon as they threw Rooney in, they threw Greenwood in, they haven't looked back. So maybe last 10, 15 minutes, if we want a bit of pace, raw pace, stick Scarlett in, man. You could do some damage.
Absolutely, Josh. And Delps Gaming says no such thing as 1,000% Joshua. And yeah, we'll go on to the Man United game. 58% ball percentage for Man United, 42 possession for Brighton, 15 goal attempts for Man United, 5 for Brighton, 7 on target for United, and only 3 for Brighton out of the 5. And Josh. Brighton started early. They started brightly, and they got the early goal. And Danny Welbeck. Do you know what? I'm pleased with Danny Welbeck because he hasn't given up, has he? I mean, he's been at United, he went to Arsenal. Didn't work out. And I think, do you know what? I think Brighton's got a little gem there in Danny Welbeck. You keep him fit, he'll get you goals. Danny Welbeck will get you goals. And I like Adam Lallana as well because I thought he was fantastic against United before he came off. So Welbeck got the early goal, Josh, and he could have got a second. Minutes later, he could have got a second.
Yeah.
Should have got a second and killed that game off. But it's something about United at the minute, mate. They're not playing great football, are they? But they grind results out. Absolutely grind these results out.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it is, with United. When they start wanting to play and they increase the tempo and they do all that one-touch stuff and the players bomb on like they did against Manchester City, you know, when they beat Man City's home record, Premier League record, when they went there and pretty much destroyed them with pace and power and fast tempo football. That's when Man United are deadly. And that's what I worry about this Sunday is if they bring that hard, fast, high tempo football with the pace they've got and the passing accuracy they've got with Bruno, we're in a game. But if Man United did what they did against Brighton, which was lethargic, walking around, almost like we won this, it's just a matter of time before one of our quality players turns up. Doesn't always work like that. You can't just base your whole performance on quality. You know, you've got to sometimes work hard. And this was a classic example of how working hard is just as important as having superstars on the pitch. And Brighton worked so hard in that first half. They got the goal. They should have gone 2-0 up. United got a rollicking at half time. They came out and then they took over the game. They took control of the game. And they deservedly won, if you look at the amount of pressure. But I tell you what, they got away with it, man. Because had Brighton scored the second one, United to get 3 goals would have been an ask. So, you know, this is an example that Spurs need to take is when you play these clubs, you can't start slow. You can't start slow, man. Brighton are a tough team. Burnley went to Liverpool and done it. Yeah, teams like, you know, Fulham, even your sort of Palaces have turned up in the odd game. Like, they just turn up. These teams turn up. They come with nothing to lose, and they go to Man United and they just give it 1,000%. And I'll say it again, 1,000%. And United, you know, luckily for them, they woke up, smelt the coffee, and did enough. But it could have been one of them ones where if they didn't step up their game and put the effort in, they would have lost that or drawn that 1-1. So United did it again, man. United did it again, and they're hanging on to that second spot. But they have got the rub of the green. If you look at the penalty as well, there's a penalty shouting there. I don't know if you want to talk about that. The shirt pulling. Was it this game, the shirt pulling? I'm pretty sure it was.
I only watched the highlights. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is? Yes, there was. So with Maguire. Maguire, right at the end.
Right. So it went 1-1 with Rashford.
I saw that twice, 3 times, Josh. Me personally, Maguire got away with it there.
100%. 100%. Not 1,000%. 100%. And it went 1-1. I'll say 100 because you've seen these not given. You've seen these not given, right? But with VAR, there's no excuse for decisions not to be given because you're not relying on the referee now. You're relying on a bunch of experts sitting in an office in Stockley Park. So there is no hiding places for VAR now. And someone at VAR needs to be responsible. I mean, when the referees have their weekly meet, they need to talk about these decisions. I hope they do because, you know, Brighton got mugged off. You know, Brighton should have had a penalty. And that should have been 2-2. Leicester got mugged off because they're third. You know, so, you know, it's you know, if Man City don't win the league and Man United win it, which ain't going to happen, Man City got mugged off. So, stupid. And what is it with United getting decisions like Liverpool were getting them? What's all that about, man?
Any other team, mate, I'm telling you now, that would have been a penalty all day long. I don't care what anyone says. That would have been a stonewall penalty. I'm telling you, they bottled it. They didn't want to give it. And to me personally,
I don't know what it is. I know Fergie. I know referees used to shit it off Fergie because they want to. Referees don't want to be highlighted by high-profile managers because then they become headlines. You know, if Mourinho highlights a referee's performance, he's kind of saying, "Mate, I'm going to highlight you tonight. So next time we get you, you give me the rub of the green." And Alex Ferguson was the expert at mind games with referees. You know, he'd such a high-profile manager on Match of the Day. On Match of the Day, growing up as a young man. For me, watching an Alex Ferguson interview or a Mourinho interview, that was showbiz. You know, for me, I would watch Tottenham and I'd have one eye on the screen on the other games and all the other managers come in and do their bit. And then I'd wait for the Alex Ferguson interview and I'd wait for the Jose interview because they were neck and neck. Rafa Benitez used to be a little bit a hot-tempered man as well. Like you'd always get something out of him. But even if you go back to the Kevin Keegan days and the interviews with him and Alex Ferguson, you know, with the whole league race, it was brilliant. And when you look at some of these managers, they really do rub up the referees the wrong way. You know, Mourinho's out on the touchline. And sometimes it's disrespectful to the club. It's like, look, mate, you work for Tottenham Hotspur. Stop being a twat on the touchline. Just, you know, especially when you know the decision was right from the ref. Sometimes you want your manager to just rev up the ref so that he high profiles him. And in this one, the referee's got away with it. You know why? Because it's Brighton. And no one watches the Brighton manager and his interviews. But I tell you what, if that was us and that was Mourinho after the game or that was Klopp, that decision would have been all over TalkSport. And they would have been talking about Man United got away with it again because it's Brighton. And I feel sorry for Brighton. I really feel sorry for Brighton because, you know, they need the points just as much as anyone else.
Yes, we got Bobby Spur. Got Bob's in his house now.
How you doing?
How you doing? I need to drop off in about 2 minutes, so thank you, Bob. You're super.
I'm only on for 10, mate. While they're out, listen. This gets gaming, mate. Stick to fucking gaming because you're making no sense. Sorry, honestly.
What, heart surgery?
This dude here.
Yeah. What? There's no such thing as thousand. Oh, right. Okay.
Bobby loves a bit of open heart. That's all it is.
Oh, I love a bit of open heart, mate.
Caden says Josh, but Mason plays a striker. Beloved Hotspur afternoon, guys. How's it going, Adam? Thanks for tuning in, pal. Caden says if you watch the game, Graham Potter tactically outclassed Ollie. Carlos Welbeck is the new Glenn Murray. Paul says agreed. Hunger is with the youth and our main players with the team obviously not showing such. We wouldn't attract anyone in conference either. Carlos says 10 minutes in every game for Scarlett would do him good for the rest of the season. Caden says Simon that just they just grind out stuff, but I think if they had Don Carlo or a Pot, I think they would be much closer to City. Ollie said he doesn't have time on the training grounds and trophies are for egos. And Delts Game says there's no such thing as 1,000%, Josh. I can tell you what is 800% fact. Big up Bob from Carlos.
Yes, Carlos. what a guy.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely.
Get him on, man.
Yeah, game on.
Get him on. Go on, Delts. Come on.
Go on, gaming. Let's see a game.
Have a game in FIFA.
I prefer him in the comments. Leave it.
Yeah, you ain't got the guy.
Yeah, so Bob's Dave, what you was hearing me and Josh there. Josh come on to the point that there was a penalty instant in this game right at the end. And we couldn't think of it. It was Maguire. I think it was putting on Welbeck. And to me, mate, I've saw it once, twice, 3 times. It's a Stonewall penalty. Stonewall.
Too strong a side to give penalties against. You know, there was a time where they weren't giving any penalties away, but they've had a few. They've given away a few this season, and there's always been a bit of hoo-ha about them. So referees are probably thinking, you know what, just for an easier life, let's not give it. But Stonewall penalty, mate. Stonewall.
Yeah,
mate. He's only got the keeper to beat and slot it.
Yeah,
that's all he's got in front of him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Joke.
Potentially red card.
I'd be pissed off on a Sunday league pitch if I didn't get that decision, let alone in the Premier League with VAR. I was just ridiculous. Yeah. But the problem is, when are VAR going to be held accountable for this? Probably not. They get away with it, you know.
No,
is it guys? Do you reckon is it VAR being inconsistent, or as you said, Josh, or is it just because it's Manchester United and it's just Brighton?
Do you know what? I think it is inconsistency because the rules are clear. The rule book is there online if you want to download it. It's pretty simple, you know. If you stop an attacker with in the penalty box when he's on goal, then you know, unless you tackle him, it's a penalty. You know, there's no free kicks in the box, so it's a penalty if you stop an attacker like that. And the attacker hasn't fouled another player in the process, so it's definitely a penalty. But I do think that referees get it's a bit of an old boys club with the referees thing. I think it's a bit of a we don't want to put him out in the what do you call it, in the spotlight. He said it's not a pen, but they must have kids working there, mate. I mean, they shouldn't give a crap about which referee it is, which stadium it is. You know, they shouldn't give a crap. I mean, you know, if you went to court and pleaded not guilty and you got found guilty on something that's nothing to do with the case itself, that's injustice. It's the same thing on a football pitch, mate. The guy's not got a penalty when it's clearly a penalty. So he's got away, he's guilty when he's not guilty. And I just think it's a joke, man. You know, football has corruption, mate. And maybe we should talk about that one day, but there is corruption.
Allegedly, yeah.
Money and power, when you mix the two together, and you know, the poor football fan always gets you know, the football fan always gets left behind, and power and money always dictate the ways, you know, and football's corrupt from head to toe. But you'd think VAR would, you know, get that. VAR would get that, mate. It's shocking, man. I'm shocked with that decision. I can't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Seriously, mate. Josh, are you going off now for some samosas? That's what.
Samosas. Yeah.
No, not today. Sunday.
Not today. As a Chelsea fan, just subbed. Nice one, fan.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
Much appreciated. Go over to Bob Spur and go over to the Spurs debate. These two bring absolute great content.
Debate, yeah. It's one word. What I do, size, I'm going to have to leave you and love you, boys.
Yeah, you're gone, mate. You're gone. Yeah, plug it away, Josh. So, plug it away.
Yeah. Spurs debate. Bob Spur TV in the house. Spurs debate. We're all one. We're all one, man.
Wicked show yesterday, by the way, Josh. Wicked, mate.
Cheers, pal. Cheers. Yeah, we had a fan
yeah.
cam. Anyone could have come on yesterday.
Yeah,
I put the link in the comments. So I'm going to do more of that. I'm just going to put the link in the comments. And we had a guy come on yesterday that I'd never met. A guy called Joe.
Brilliant, Josh, isn't it? It's brilliant. You've never met him. It's brilliant, isn't it?
No, exactly. I put it in the comments, and most of the time nobody comes on because a lot of people prefer to be mobile or they're in the car or whatever they are. But yesterday, one of the boys, Joe, came on. So yeah, come on the channel. We'll get you on. We'll definitely do another one soon. Simon, Bob Spur. What's Bob Spur, man? How's Junior? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's there. He's on the laptop watching some educational crap. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
He's not watching Newcastle Tottenham, then, is he?
No, mate, no chance. I wouldn't put him through it. He's too young for that.
He's watching City.
That's education. Yeah, you boys watching the game tonight? Yeah, Champions League, Bob, tonight.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I'm looking forward to both games, really. I think Haaland and Haaland's going to be obviously on show.
Yeah,
put himself in the shopping. I think the whole Barcelona Real Madrid going there is just a way of confirming that Haaland's in the shop window. So it's a nice media ploy.
It's a bit of a Dutch auction because when you go around to all the buyers, you just raise your profile and your price, and it's going to be an auction. Who wants to pay him the most? But I think I'd love him to see him in the Premier League because I think the boys. He's an all-rounder, man. He looks the full package to me from what I've seen.
Definitely. And obviously on Real Madrid's point, Varane's out, Ramos is out, so that's a good chance for the Scousers.
Yeah, I think in Europe, Liverpool have that they've got the football gods looking over them. And they're a proper European team, aren't they? You've got to give it to Liverpool for what they do in Europe and what they've been doing in Europe, to be fair, for the last however many years. So I've got a sneaky feeling they're going to win tonight, Liverpool. So I mean, it might even be a Man City Liverpool final. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Listen, take care, lads.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Thanks to all the listeners.
Josh,
and
thanks for coming in, mate. Absolutely appreciate it, mate.
Thanks for having us, mate. Appreciate it. Take care and have a good day, everyone. Take care.
Nice one.
Nice one, Josh.
Yes,
cheers,
Pirate Samosa.
Yeah. And James has said, Ray Mark, comment on me video on my vid. Big up, Bobby. Paul says Bar is literally inconsistent and politically driven, shambolic.
Paul.
I totally agree, Paul. Josh, Bob's. Sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate.
Come on, you Spurs, Siley. Yeah. And the next one, guys, is Everton versus Palace. I actually watched this one last night. It wasn't the best of games. Absolutely, the first half was dire. It was terrible. Quickly going to the stats here, and it was literally Everton had 47% of the possession and 53% of for Palace. Palace play really good away from home. They really do. 15 goal attempts for Everton, 13 for Palace, 7 on target for Everton, and 6 on target for Palace.
Did he predict a draw as well? On this one, or
no? I went for 2-1. I went 2-1 Everton.
Because you mentioned Palace's forward line, didn't you? With the pace, I remember watching it in your previews, and you mentioned the likes of Zaha,
Eze,
Townsend. One person we didn't mention.
I forgot about the guy who actually got the goal.
Same here. I never mentioned him in the preview I did on another channel, and you forgot. It just goes on. We even mentioned Ben Teke. We didn't mention him. So but
I mentioned Ben Teke.
On his day. I know you did. Yeah. But on his day, Batshuayi, there is something about him. He just doesn't get that run of games, does he?
No, exactly. But Everton had a couple of chances in the first half, though, with Richarlison. He should have finished them. He's absolutely finished. But fair play to the goalie. Does a couple of good saves there. But in the second half, James, he got the goal finally. He unlocked the Palace defence. And after that, it was end to end. They had a couple of chances each. Then right at the end there, Batshuayi with 4 minutes to go. It was a very good finish. And that's what I'm saying, Bobs. you give someone like him time, a run of games in a team.
Yeah.
Guy can finish. He showed it last night. He can finish. He's a real good finisher.
Backup.
And yeah, absolutely brilliant. So how do you think that game went last night, Bobs?
Yeah, I think in the end, Everton can't complain that they should have won the game. Pretty much, I think first half Everton just shaded it, and second half, like you say, Palace got into it. And after Everton scored, for some reason they backed off a bit. I think a combination of both. It was a big game for Everton as well. Don't forget, they could have made up a bit of ground as well. With all the results that went before them. So it was. They couldn't take advantage. They went all Spursy, Everton, didn't they? So good result for us. That's the way I see it. I would have wanted
I think so.
a Palace win, or a draw. So good result. But I think both teams can't justify a win. I think it's pretty much a well-deserved draw from either side.
Yeah, absolutely, Bobs. I did thought when Palace went on to get that equaliser, I thought there's only one winning.
Like,
yeah, and I thought Palace were going to go and get it.
They had a better chance in the second half, yeah.
They did have a better chances in the second half. I don't know what's going on with Everton at the minute, Bobs. It's got a bit sour, especially with Calvert-Lewin as well. It just doesn't. It's not clicking at the minute, is it? Like what it did at the beginning. Hopefully that stays the same when we go there in a couple of weeks. That's gonna be a tough. But Everton will step up for that game because they always do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
they want to do a double over us.
That brings on to the last game of the weekend, mate. Was this one?
Yeah.
What a game that was! Absolutely fantastic game. I'll tell you now. Funny enough, when the transfer window was open and things like that, it was going around in January, and someone on an actual comment when me and Matt was doing it, and they said, "Oh, would you take Jesse Lingard on loan for the rest of the season?" And there was people in the comments saying, "Never, no, get out of it." And Matt said, "I'll tell you now, he's better than what we got with Dele Alli at the minute. Yeah. He will literally, and look what he's done, Bobs. Look what he's done. Absolutely on fire, pal.
It's amazing how just a move can rejuvenate your career.
Of course,
it's
unbelievable.
It's totally rejuvenated him, and I'd go as far as saying, I know Gareth Southgate picked him in the last squad. I wouldn't be surprised if he carried on playing like this. He's got big tournament experience as well, i.e. the World Cup. I wouldn't be surprised if he went. And you know what? If you look at it, if you're sitting at home and you're Dele Alli, and you look at a year and a half ago, the likes of Mount, Foden, now Lingard, Grealish, they've all overtaken him. How does he? Is that not any? Doesn't that affect him? That's my question. Surely Ali must be. All these players who are left behind. I was the best young player in Europe. All these young players have come from nowhere. I'll say nowhere, and they've all gone ahead of me, and I'm sat here twiddling my thumbs. You've got to question yourself. It can't be down to Jose. Jose hasn't destroyed his career. He's been poor for two and a bit seasons.
Yeah, of course,
mate. It must hurt you so much.
Yeah.
And that's why I think maybe change of clubs might rejuvenate Ali, because we all agree there's a player in there.
Of course there is, mate.
We all agree there's a
Absolutely.
player in there. So hopefully one of two things happen. Either he goes to another club and rejuvenates, or if Jose was to go, then a new manager hopefully rejuvenates him. But he needs to buck up, mate, because he'll go down as the biggest 23-year-old flop ever.
Thing is, Bobs, with the Dele Alli, sorry, mate, with Dele Alli there, he was playing. As I said, he's not been great for the last, as you said, 2 and a bit years. So with Jose come in, you thought, right, this Jose can get this. He can get a tune out of him, and he did. And he did for the first 6-7 games.
Yeah.
And the question is, what has happened? And it must be something going on behind scenes, Bobs, because he picked up his form. He was playing well under Jose, playing regularly.
His debut away to West Ham was brilliant, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
His debut at West Ham,
fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. So there's a couple of James the live football clip says, Bob, you lost to West Ham. I don't know what was on about there.
Yes or no? Cheers for that.
Caden says Ancelotti needs time to bring his own players this Everton squad is. Oh, whoa! We're saying about Jose. You can't say that. Can't say that. He's experienced enough manager. He can go and do it with the players he's got. So come on. If it's all right for Ricardo, it's got to be all right for Jose. Danny says, "Nice beard, Bob."
All right. Not enough of my beard.
he loves your beard, you know.
He's got a beard envy. He has.
Cody says, "This whole season is just competition of who can give away the most points. We need fans back so badly. The football in general has been disappointing." Yeah, I totally agree with that. Fans is definitely missed in this game. Cody. Trust me. And yeah, big up Cody. Yeah, he's fantastic. Acknowledge, mate. He's brilliant. Absolutely. Carlos says, "I'll take." Well. Yeah, that's it. Same hairstyle as you. I'll take Ezzy at Spurs. I think Ezzy's a good future. Bob, you lost. Eden Turnish 17. Hello, Simon and Bob. How's it going? Eden Turnish. Cody says, "Simon, we've got to get you on some other shows with all the bearded bold guys around. We're starting to look like a Roman group of super villains." Yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah, I'll come on. As I said, it's times where I would love to come on all these shows. It's only certain times I can, and just a disappointment at the minute. But I hope that'll change. Kaylin says, "Bobby, David Moyes is doing an excellent, exceptional job, man. They might make top 4. I think he's working with a tight squad. I think what it is, they've recruited better than us. I think that's what it is.
They've recruited, and there is a bit more of a team spirit as well."
Absolutely. Bob's, how does it feel you conceded to Lingard?
Has he got me sporting the wrong team or something? Does he
no, he's a Chelsea fan. It's the Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I think.
Nanu.
Oh, right. Oh, I get it. Mate, you lost me. You lost me.
Cool. Thanks
yes,
for coming in,
beard envy.
Caden says, "Yo, Simon, don't forget your list of 5 managers. We will do it seriously after this game. I'll get Bob's before he goes 5 list of managers to replace Josie, without a shadow of doubt." So yeah, as I said, Bob's Lingard's first goal. What a fan! I don't even see them.
Yeah, skill on the second one as well when he put when he took it down the touchline. Wicked.
Wow.
No,
absolutely fantastic. And Bowen's goal as well.
Yeah,
fantastic as well. And
Wolves' goals weren't too bad as well.
But I tell you now, Adron Torre frustrates me, Bobs. Some weeks he looks terrible, but last night the way he went from his half, mate, he went bombing down that wing, and that cross for Dendalker's centre. What a cross!
Absolutely, his first assist of the season. Is that his first assist of the season?
That's amazing. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And Silva got one back on the 68th minute, and I thought, here we go. They're gonna think. But it ended 3-2, Bobs. And quickly, Bob's fair result in the end. West Ham just
they started like a house on fire, didn't they? West Ham, and it was like they were team possessed. And they were the only team realistically who took advantage of the poor results that were before them. So fair result, unfortunately.
Yeah. And James has said Chelsea were so bad. Not going to lie, they were terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I was saying you let
mate.
5 against West Brom. Let's offer West Ham 20 mil plus winks for Rice. Yeah, they're not stupid. And Arsenal for Life say it'll be nice to see West Ham finish 4th. Thanks for coming in, pal. Thanks for coming. Rice was injured. Noble still running the midfield with Souček, Lingard, Bergtav spin was good. I'll tell you now, that's been without with Noble in there last night was fantastic. West Ham counter attack is deadly at the minute. So Josh, before we let you go, I'll get on to his 5 managers for Kalen. Just want to everyone, whoever's in the. So if you're in the chat, guys, and you're in our little mini league for it for this prediction, guys, I've got the league now, and in first place it's me, guys, 46 points. Second is Inner Turnish with 39. Third is Das and Adam on 36. Fourth is Matt on 35. Fifth is Kev on 34. Sixth is Wayne on 29. Seventh is Claire and Yusuf on 27. 8th is Rob on 24. 9th is 1894 Podcast and Mick on 23. 10th is Harry on 16. 11th is Luke and JP on 6, and Liz is last on 4 points. As I said, guys, even if I finish first at the end of the season, I will give up my spot. Whoever's finishing second, I'll buy them a shirt of their choice at the end of the season for taking part. Josh, go back onto the five managers for Kalen before we wrap it up.
5 managers, right? So 5 managers who we'd like who I'd prefer if
Jose is gone.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So first of all, it'd have to be Nagelsmann, purely and simply, younger manager, brighter ideas. Secondly, before Ten Hag would be on third. Secondly, I'd take Parker because he's Spurs through and through. These aren't in specific order, actually. My first choice is Nagelsmann. Second and third and fourth and fifth are in any order. So Nagelsmann, Parker, Ten Hag, Nuno, not just because I look like him, but I think there's something about Nuno. And fifth, I'm not sure. There's a lot of talk about Potter, the way he plays for Brighton. I don't know if the club's too big for him. It'd have to be Rodgers, mate. But I can't see us getting Rodgers. So Nagelsmann's my first, and the other you can put in any order what you want.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Brendan Rodgers for my first. As you said there, Bobs, we can't see it happening, but I think at the end of the day, Bobs, I know what you're saying. Great things happen at Leicester in a minute, and look at Tottenham with a bit of a shambles at the minute. I think the big team talks, the big ground talks, mate. The facilities, the money will talk as well, mate. Because in the end, they'll if that's the number one choice, and then I'll go Nagelsmann. Then I said in order. Then you want to like Nagelsmann, Ten Hag. I wouldn't mind giving Potter, Graham Potter at Brighton, and what was the other one? Oh dear, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ would do a good job. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Jesus Christ would do a good job. We need some divine intervention, mate. We need some divine
Scotty
intervention.
Parker.
Scotty, right. Yeah.
Yes, Scotty Parker at the end of the day. So, yeah, they're my 5. But Rodgers, definitely my number one choice.
He's been for a while.
And, yeah, absolutely. And Cody says, if we don't invest, we might as well not have a manager, just let the players manage themselves. Exactly.
True.
Exactly. They don't listen to no one. Yeah, exactly. And Brian Dargle should become go on, Brian. Get Brian in his charge.
But he couldn't work with Levy though, could he?
No, he couldn't work with Levy. Oh dear. Cody says Scott Parker deserves a shout and say what you want about experience, etc. But he's a young but he's got a young team and play hard for him. We will sack Josie. The youth movement is on. Jamsa said, mate, how do you enter the mini league? Well, we've got 8 games to go now. Yeah. If you really want to do it for the last 8 games, our prediction, our Premier League Unbiased show will be come back on Friday. After when we upload it onto YouTube, go into the comments, find the video, go in the comments and leave your predictions and do that for the next 8 games. And you may, if you do well for the next 8 weeks or 8 on the 8 games, you may win. But you never know. You never know. So if you want to enter, it's that. So Craden says Parker is a good man as well. So Bob's at the end of the day, mate, we sort of go on to Man United now, mate. As for Tottenham, we've literally we've got to brush that aside, mate. And I think Joe's got to get him up for it now. We don't know what's going on, mate. There's definitely something going on that training ground. Definitely something beyond scenes. It's not great at the minute. But to me, we've got to put it over. We've got to go to the last 8 games now. And I think we can beat United, Bobs. I really do. Yeah. If we put our heads together, if we put our heads to it, I think we can go and get. But United, mate, with all that talent on the break as well, what they got as well. So it's going to be a real tough game.
That's the thing, Si, isn't it? It wouldn't surprise you if we did beat Man United, and it's
Yeah.
so. And in a way, that's kind of shows the lack of consistency in our squad. You know, I mean, I said this to you yesterday, but the draw against Newcastle felt just as bad as the defeat against against Arsenal. The draw yesterday felt just as bad against as the draw against defeat against Arsenal. It had the same gut wrenching feeling. But yeah, I just hope, and I think our fans are slowly but surely getting a clearer picture that one result ain't going to paper over the cracks anymore. If we do get a good result against Man United, if we beat City in the final, there's a bigger picture. There's bigger cracks to cover. Be it players, be it the board, be it the manager. You know, there's a combination there. There's an amalgamation of wrong decisions that are coming onto the pitch. So yeah, and I just hope that we don't get too carried away. Just like we shouldn't get too downhearted if it's a poor result, because that's normally the poor results are a combination of shit players, shit decisions from the manager and the consistent poor performances from the board. That's what one match normally suggests. So yeah, we'll see against Man United, but for some reason I'm not getting excited for the game. You know, under Poch, at least we were getting excited for the games. I just can't get excited with these players and this manager. I just can't. So yeah, it's a wait and see, isn't it? I can't wait for the season to end now. I'll be honest with you, I can't wait for the season to end.
I can see where you're coming from there, Bobs. And Will, the Man City fan, says, "Do you think City will beat Dortmund tonight?" I think they will. I think they will. I think they'll beat Dortmund. Yeah. But Haaland, mate, don't back up Haaland and Sancho and the boys. But I think City, if they turn up tonight, mate, put the right team out. But yeah, I think you'll beat them. Nagelsmann could be the next. Could be another Poch.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why a lot of people are thinking about it.
Yeah, and Tottenham 6, United 1. It will happen again. Trust me. Well, let's hope.
Let's hope.
Let's hope so. So, Bob's, thanks for coming on
no
as
problem,
a sub.
Mate. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely fantastic. And thanks for everyone who's joined the chat tonight. We've had some new members in there. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. We do appreciate it here at Premier Hotspur TV, guys. And thanks for Josh for jumping on earlier as well. Thanks to him. So guys, get on to the Spurs debate. Josh, who headed out earlier, get onto his channel. And Bobs, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you, mate?
Yeah, Bob Spur Jr. Just doing Tottenham content. Obviously, Bob Spur Jr.'s. Did I say Bob Spur Jr.? Bob Spur TV, sorry, with Bob Spur Jr. Doing a bit of content, talking about Spurs, the good things and the bad things, and there seems to be quite a few bad things of late. Having a look at a lot of things, of all things Spurs, and obviously when it's time to get serious, we get serious. But yeah, you need to come on. If you've got an opinion and you've got banter, pop on. It's a channel for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So get over to Bob Spur TV, guys. Show him some love. Subscribe. Hit the likes on the videos, guys. Go and check his check the channel out. And the last one, would you take Hassan Hootel?
Yeah, he's very much like all or nothing, isn't he? He's all attacking. Hence why he's had a couple of 9-0s. I think another season. I like to see him another season how he does at Southampton. Obviously, we don't have that comfort to watching a manager for another season. It seems like, from what the rumours are, but. Yeah, I rate him, mate. I rate him, and of course, Poch was an ex-Southampton man as well. So yeah, there are other managers who I prefer ahead of Hassan Hootel, but if he came to us, I wouldn't be too disappointed.
Nice one, Bobs, for your comments there. We've got Spurs 95.01. Nice one for
cheers, guys.
Things and great show. Keep up, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
So, guys, we're gonna end it there, guys. There's one more comment there. Sorry. Big up, Bob and Simon. The Tottenham family keeps on growing. Yes, that's it. Kaden says, "Big up, Bobs." That's it. So, guys, we're gonna end it there. Thanks for everyone who's tuned in. Thanks for Josh earlier. Thanks for Bobs. I've been Premier Hotspur TV, guys. I've been Simon. This has been Bob's. Josh was on earlier, guys. Have a great rest of the afternoon, guys, and look out for some more some more content coming out. I don't know when yet. There's a couple of things we want to line up, so keep looking on Twitter, Insta, YouTube, and Facebook, guys. And have a good rest of the day. Bob's, thanks for coming on, pal.
Always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure.
And we're ending up this, guys. Good afternoon. Have a great rest of the day, guys. And come on, you Spurs. Come on, guys.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.